Despite a decade of research into the causes of preterm birth and national campaigns to ensure full-term pregnancy, more than 500,000 babies are born too soon each year. Parents are typically unprepared for the emotional, physical, financial, and psychological demands of a neonatal intensive care unit stay, as well as the major medical and developmental challenges their children may face for years after their early birth. Parents of preemies need support. They need credible information and trusted resources as they navigate the long and difficult journey of prematurity to ensure the long-term best outcome for their baby as well as the entire family unit. Hand to Hold began as a pilot program in Austin, Texas in 2010. Hand to Hold has established a leading comprehensive website to educate parents about prematurity and created a custom database system to match new parents with trained parent mentors. As awareness of Hand to Hold has spread, parents from across the country have begun to reach out for support as well as to volunteer. By mobilizing trained ambassadors and helping hand mentors across the country, Hand to Hold hopes to become a national leader in prematurity support. Hand to Hold's objectives are to empower parents of preemies to better advocate for their children, to ensure families have the support necessary to help their children thrive and enjoy a full and satisfying life, encourage individual, couple, and family counseling when needed, and equip parents of preemies with tools and information for managing insurance and financial issues, as well as educating parents of preemies about the challenges their babies might face and prepare them to meet those needs. In order to achieve these goals, Hand to Hold must recruit and train an army of helping hand mentors to provide peer-to-peer support to new families, expand our partnerships with hospitals across the country to ensure parents have access to immediate support during their NICU stay, and secure funding for additional Hand to Hold family support navigators and educational materials for parents, and continue to raise awareness about the need for support of families faced with preterm birth. Peer-to-peer support and ongoing education are the leverage points that Hand to Hold implements for successful outcomes for families of premature infants. From information about the medical and developmental challenges their baby may face, to accessing information about insurance and Medicaid, Hand to Hold strives to be the central, credible voice for parents who have experienced a premature birth. Through peer-to-peer support and ongoing education, Hand to Hold can improve outcomes for preemies and their families by reducing rehospitalization of preemies and the impact of PTSD on parents, ensuring the best long-term outcome for preemies and their families. Peer-to-peer support has proven to be an effective tool in helping people deal with major medical crisis, addiction, and loss of a loved one. Until Hand to Hold, there was not a centralized place for parents of preemies and babies born with special healthcare needs to reach out to for support. Hand to Hold trains and matches seasoned NICU graduate parents with new parents who have experienced a similar birth outcome. Recent studies indicate that 87% of parents found peer-to-peer support helpful. Parents reported less stress, anxiety, and depression than the mothers in the control group. Mothers indicated that their interactions with their peer helped to reduce their feelings of isolation, provided understanding and validation of their emotional experiences, and helped to normalize the situation. Hand to Hold believes that peer-to-peer support, combined with support groups, sibling support programs, and ongoing education, will ensure parents are well equipped to meet the ongoing needs of their medically fragile child. Issues related to prematurity are extensive and include medical issues such as sensory integration disorder and premature lung disease. Hand to Hold also prepares parents for what to expect when they bring a preemie home and outlines tips for reducing rehospitalization. Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, which causes infection of the lungs and breathing passages, is a major cause of respiratory illness in young children. But for the preemie population, the virus can be fatal. Hand to Hold recently produced and released a video featuring in-depth information about the virus, including prevention tips, as well as what parents should do if they suspect their child has the virus. Through ongoing information and education, Hand to Hold can have a major impact in the lives of preemies and their families. Hand to Hold regularly surveys our parents receiving support, as well as our trained Helping Hand mentors to ensure quality of care. In addition to an active board of directors, Hand to Hold benefits from an advisory council made up of medical professionals, including NICU directors and neonatologists, as well as therapists, social workers, and parents. Their role is to ensure Hand to Hold is strategic in meeting the needs of parents during and after a NICU stay. Specific metrics of success that Hand to Hold tracks include the number of daily website visitors, parents requesting support, trained volunteers, support groups, social media followers, and participation in Hand to Hold's signature event, Preemie Power. Preemie Power is an online photo and essay contest for parents of preemies to highlight the superhero qualities of their child. Other metrics of importance include continued increase in funding received from individual donors, corporate donations, and grants. And the most important metric of success for Hand to Hold is the feedback we receive daily from parents who are grateful for our support. Because of our streamlined and effective process, people are often surprised to learn that Hand to Hold is still considered a startup nonprofit, having only received its official 501c3 status in 2011. Due in equal parts to a visionary board, dynamic staff, dedicated volunteers, and faithful financial supporters, Hand to Hold has quickly established itself as a leader in prematurity support. Unfortunately, this misperception can often have a negative impact since people tend to expect a lot from our rather limited staff and bank account. Hand to Hold has accomplished a lot in a short time. We have established a leading website for parents experiencing preterm birth, created a unique training program for parent mentors, built a comprehensive database system that allows Hand to Hold to individually match new parents in need of support with a trained NICU graduate parent. We've published the only national newsletter for NICU parents, available in English and Spanish. We have raised national awareness of the challenges preemies face through a unique online photo and essay campaign and competition called Preemie Power. We produced educational videos about challenges preemies often face and established a proven model for supporting parents before, during, and after a preterm birth. Hand to Hold is an organization that has devoted itself to providing support for families of a preterm baby. Support is often hard to define, qualify, and quantify. In order to be successful, Hand to Hold must educate the public about the critical need for a support system for parents of preemies. Everyone understands that preterm birth is tragic, but few understand the long-term implications for the child as well as the parent. Parents must receive support and ongoing education to be able to best meet the needs of their child long-term. Prematurity is much more than being born small. It can and often does lead to a lifetime of challenges. These challenges impact the parent's marriage and the rest of the family in many ways. Studies show that without a crucial support system, parents may fall victim to depression and PTSD. Given the additional parenting challenges associated with prematurity, parents are at a higher risk for separation and divorce, and unfortunately, child abuse. Many people are also uneducated about the cause of preterm birth. They assume the mother did something to cause the early birth, such as not seeking prenatal care or abusing drugs and alcohol. While these factors do increase the odds of preterm delivery, in 50% of all cases, the cause of preterm labor is unknown. It can and does happen to women of all age groups, demographics, ethnicities, and socioeconomic backgrounds. In order to meet the unique needs of all families, Hand to Hold must secure funding to hire additional multicultural staff, as well as recruit and train multicultural volunteers. Hand to Hold has proven to be an effective support model, but needs funding to expand the program into major hospitals across the country. In addition, Hand to Hold must secure funding to acquire office space to accommodate additional staff and volunteers. Hand to Hold is also interested in expanding our current bereavement programs to ensure all parents receive support following the loss of a baby. Hand to Hold has identified a crucial need to educate pediatricians about the unique medical and developmental needs of preemies. With additional resources, Hand to Hold could provide educational materials and training for pediatricians to ensure they are well equipped to care for preemies, as well as educate preemie parents about the individual needs of their babies.